Hi friends, I'm Sandeep Singh, and in this video I'm going to be talking about a productivity method called Eat the Frog. So let's get started. Now, what exactly is Eat the Frog? Eat the Frog is basically picking one task which is hard and important and do it the first thing in the morning and just repeat that every day. Now, Eat the Frog is a good method because you will be focusing on the most important task and you're going to try and finish it as quickly as possible. So even though if you have many tasks as well, you'll still be able to do the most important task and maybe you'll be able to finish it. Even if you don't finish it, that is completely fine. There's no worries on that. While you're doing your task, don't have your phone near you because that will just lead you to procrastinating. It's so simple nowadays to actually procrastinate. Like, we can literally just look at our phone and just like swipe the screen once and just press a button for like Instagram or something, and congratulations, you are really procrastinating. So this is why it is important to actually just put your phone somewhere else, like put your phone on your bed or something, put it on airplane mode. So even though you don't eat the frog, that is completely fine. At least you tried to do a lot of work in that time in the morning, which is fantastic. And like, if you manage to actually eat the frog, so you manage to like complete the task in the morning, that will just effectively leave you to be more happier throughout the day because you have done the most important task. And maybe that will help you to do another task and another task, and it will make you happier throughout the day, which is good. And Bill Gates once said that people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and they underestimate what they can do in 10 years. And if we apply that to be a shorter scale, we can also say that like people overestimate what they can do in 1 day and they underestimate what they can do in 1 year. And by using the method of eating the frog, we might overestimate our day and you might think, oh, I can do this, I can do this, and I can do this, but you might not do each one well. But if you eat the frog, you just need to do one thing and like one thing only, and you might just be able to actually complete that task, which is better than not completing anything. And the reason why we try and use Eat the Frog and like only do it inside the morning is because I think there's this graph where like in the morning your energy and like your mental power will be at its highest, but throughout the day it will decrease like exponentially. So that is why it's perfect to do it in the morning. But even if it decreases exponentially, we can also replenish it to be higher. And this is by actually like going out for a walk or like taking a break from like your work essentially. So like, even if your energy decreases exponentially, just by going for a walk, it'll increase it up back again, and then it'll decrease, and going for a walk again, increase, and then decrease, and increase, and then decrease. So that is why it's also important to take breaks in between your studies. So I think that like when someone actually says that, oh, I've been like studying for like 10 hours a day, I would also want to ask them that like, how many of that hours have you actually been focusing, because it might not go inside your brain. So honestly, it's always better to take breaks in between than to go like 5 or 6 hours straight in studying. So now I advise you to like start thinking of your frog. So like, maybe if you have a subject but you haven't really been studying for like the past 5 weeks, I advise you, maybe that can be a frog. Maybe like tomorrow you can start eating the frog, so like start studying for that subject. But even if you don't finish it like in the morning, or like maybe in the afternoon you have to do something else, so even if you don't finish the task, that is completely fine. Just take a break and then you can come back at it later. But the main thing is that you put your phone away while you're actually doing your work, because then only you can like be happy with yourself that like, even if I didn't finish my work, you can say like, at least I had like 1 hour of full concentration on my work and I have completed some stuff. So that is good enough. And like, it's always better to think of your frog the day before. But like, even if you don't, even in my previous video about time blocking and like time management, like I didn't actually set a timetable for my day. And like, usually what I do is like, I just think about like, in the morning I'll do this, and like in the afternoon I'll do this, and like so on. But I don't have a proper set timetable. And I think the main reason why is because, first off, I don't actually know how to improvise the amount of time I take for like a specific subject, and like most of the time I get it wrong and it takes longer. And I think one of the reasons is also because of my phone. But the second reason is that like whenever I put my phone on like my bed or something and it's on airplane mode, I end up daydreaming in a way. So I'm doing my work, but like I also end up daydreaming and like thinking about other thoughts. And I think a lot of people experience this as well. But I think the way to actually prevent the number of daydream is like going into like a library or like a cafe where you're more likely to study because you are in that vibe. And like maybe a good technique which you can use as well for like studying for a period of time is by like looking at like study with me kind of videos, where it's kind of helpful because you also see other people studying, and like that also enhances you to also study as well. All right, so like I advise you to like think of a important thing which you have to do, and that is basically a frog, and like try and do it like tomorrow or something. And even if you don't manage to finish it, that is completely fine. The main thing is that you put your phone away while you're actually doing your work, and please take frequent breaks as well, because you can't just sit down on a chair for like hours on. You need to take frequent breaks. All right, that's it for this video, and thank you for watching. Just remember that you got this.